Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Just Colleen Podcast. Okay, so I do apologize if there's a little bit of background noise. We got some construction going on here. Today we want to talk about shame. Are you really open to compliments and criticism? Do you maybe shy away from or become reactive? Do you try to over-explain or maybe even defend yourself? Today's talk is about why this is and ways we can work through this to lighten your burden, per se, of these inflicting terms. Years back, a wonderful newer friend of mine took me to the side and asked if I was just being coy because I was told I looked beautiful. To just say thank you after being told so. I found myself going into a blurb about a lack of physical traits or current issues, but all I needed to do was just say thank you. Why does this type of gratitude seem so difficult? Always being wide open to giving compliments to others, I know how it feels. What a simple compliment from another does to one's psyche. You know that, wow, someone noticed my new haircut. I didn't realize that shirt color made my eyes look bluer. Things like that. And that over-complimenting, yes, it's apparently a thing now, I guess, at times literally becomes a fault. Being told I was complimenting too frequently, so much so that it came across as fake, like trying to brown nose someone. Others not realizing I felt my goal was to just make one person really smile from the heart. Perhaps maybe to notice something a bit different about every person I met. Sometimes even as simple as a hair trim to help another feel a bit better on the outside, to inevitably feel better on the inside. A simple good morning with a cheery voice and a smile. I'm a morning person. And seeing another turn back and smile and say cheerfully, "Good morning." I felt that if I could make another smile, that would make me feel better. Wow, did I just say that? Did you hear that? By making another feel better about themselves, that would make me feel better about myself. All right, let's delve a little deeper on this. When I delve deeper, and with some work, this is initially indicated as a shame trait. Yeah, I hear you. That's shame? Yes, it's shame. So what and why is it shame? Okay, according to the Wikipedia, shame is an unpleasant, self-conscious emotion often associated with negative self-evaluation, motivation to quit, and feelings of pain, exposure, distrust, powerlessness, and worthlessness. A feeling of embarrassment or humiliation that arises from the perception of having done something dishonorable, immoral, or improper to yourself. So, okay, people who experience shame usually try to hide the thing they feel ashamed of, and it can be hard to identify for yourself. Do you feel overly embarrassed? Maybe guilty for things that had absolutely nothing to do with you. You increase your own self-esteem because you perceive yourself as big-hearted and generous as a person. In contrast, though, when you criticize others, we think, right. We would believe that when others criticize, they are attempting to look bigger and stronger, a sense of verbal bullying, I guess you would say. However, the same as wishing to help another to smile, this too negative trait of what we will call verbal bullying is in fact along the same lines as shame. So we're really kind of experiencing the same thing, just portraying and projecting to others in a different way. So these persons who are verbal bullying need to make themselves larger than life in order to fill a lacking gap within themselves. And again, as I stated before, this is based on shame. On the flip side, we also may be having a hard time expressing or explaining certain emotions, struggling to find the right words, feeling very uncomfortable in maybe attempting to relay true feelings in a method of understanding by another. So let's delve into how we can feel better about ourselves. Now remember that portraying that bullying, their shame, does not belong to you. So what we need to do is begin to discover our triggers. When you start feeling this lack of self-esteem and this lack of self-confidence in yourself, stand tall, project yourself, put your shoulders slightly down and back, kind of military style. This in itself will solely raise your confidence. You need to own your shame and don't project it onto others. Only you can learn to heal your shame. Now, there is nothing, with that said, there is nothing wrong with paying others compliments to help them feel better. Just don't overdo it. Does being kind or performing an act of kindness towards another make you feel better? Then perhaps implement a bit more of kindness towards yourself. Paying it forward, so to speak, and pay it forward. Don't stop. Keep doing this in your daily activity. Most of all, though, please don't be afraid of the shame you feel from your past. We're working on letting this go, discovering our triggers. It's all okay. It's a part of our life journey. Thanks for tuning back in again today. If you'd like a one-on-one consult with me, please don't hesitate to schedule a good day and time that would work best for you. Emphasizing, though, life coaching, which is what I am, is not a substitute for medical or psychological counseling. If you find yourself in need of professional medical assistance for any emergency, dial 911 or reach out to your primary medical provider or crisis center. If you are seeking counseling, please do reach out to your local counseling center. Well, that's all we got for today. Thanks again. I hope this helped a little bit. Remember, stick on those triggers. Keep discovering just to see the light at the end of the tunnel and be a happier you. Thanks again for tuning back into the Just Colleen Podcast, and look forward to seeing you next week. Most of all, have a fantabulous day.